5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good day everyone! I am Marino James Piracaza, a BSED Math 1A student. And today's video, I am challenged to impersonate one of our mathematicians and scientists in the history. So, whom you guess? I'm going to impersonate. So, in this video, I'm going to add some tips about the mathematicians and scientists that I'm going to impersonate. So, the first step is he was the first kid of a Jewish family in ULM, Germany. Second, he was born on the 14th day of March in 1879. Do you know him already? I guess you have been doubts about him. So, in addition, he also known for his discovery of the photoelectric effect, for which he won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. Alright, so I'm going to challenge Mr. Albert Einstein. And because of that, check this out.
3, 2, 1.
I am Albert Einstein. I am the famous scientist. I was born on the 14th of March in 1879. I was the first kid of a Jewish family in ULM, Germany. I was graduated as a teacher for math and physics in Zurich. I quit the German nationality and applied for the Swiss nationality, which I got in 1901. I was become popular in 1919 because of my theory of relativity and for my special mass energy equivalence E equals mc squared. I got the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921.
Albert Einstein was a German-born theoretical physicist who developed the theory of relativity, one of the two pillars of modern physics alongside quantum mechanics. His work is also known for its influence in the philosophy of science. He is best known to the general public for his mass energy equivalence formula E equals mc squared, which has been dubbed the world's most famous equation. He received the 1921 Nobel Prize in Physics for his services to the theoretical physics and especially for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of quantum theory. Throughout his life, Einstein published hundreds of books and articles. He published more than 300 scientific papers and 150 non-scientific ones. On the 5th day of December 2014, universities and archives announced the release of Einstein's papers comprising more than 30,000 unique documents. In Einstein's intellectual achievements and originality have made the world Einstein's synonymous with genius.
Albert Einstein had brought a lot of contributions in science and still existing nowadays. And to know more about the contributions of Mr. Albert Einstein, check this out!
All GPS navigators, including mobile applications like Google Maps, function by measuring the distance from one point on Earth to one of many satellites orbiting our planet. The time it takes for the signal emitted by the satellites to reach the receptor is measured to calculate the distance. The theory of relativity, published by Einstein in 1915, explains why clocks on satellites are ahead of those on Earth by 38,000 nanoseconds. It doesn't seem like much, but if these nanoseconds weren't accounted for, GPS systems would be off by kilometers. Next will be the lesser devices. A year after discovering general relativity, Albert Einstein published his theory of stimulated emission, on which laser device technology is based. Currently, this technology is used in such commonplace activities like reading a barcode or using a pointer in a presentation, but it is also used for delicate surgery or industrial processes that requires exact precision. Photoelectric cells. Without the law of the photoelectric effect, for which Einstein received the Nobel Prize in 1921, devices that turn light into electricity, like solar panels, would not be possible. Also, the automatic lighting of street lamps when night falls, the mechanism that prevents elevator doors from closing when there is someone in the way, the device that regulates printer toner and breathalyzer tests also use photoelectric cells that are based on Einstein's theories. Next is the physics of financial markets. Albert Einstein developed the fluctuation dissipation theorem to explain the random movement that was observed in particles found in liquid or gas. This movement, called Brownian in honor of the Scottish biologist Robert Brown, who was the first to observe it, and it is not very different from price fluctuations seen in stock markets. Since 1970, when this similarity was observed, Einstein's equations have also been used on Wall Street. In additions of Albert Einstein's contributions are the following.
Here are some of the famous lines of Mr. Albert Einstein, one of the famous scientists in the history. And to know more about his famous lines, watch this. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be a value. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Those who cannot walk with their hearts achieve but a hollow, half-hearted success that breeds bitterness all around. The most important human endeavor is the striving for morality in our actions. Our inner balance and even our very existence depends on it. Only morality in our actions can give beauty and dignity to life. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. And those are the lines of Mr. Albert Einstein that help us to be motivated. And this is Rina James Piracaza, a BSED Math 1A student, hoping that we will never forget what our dear scientists and mathematicians contributed. Because according to Albert Einstein, strive not to be a success, but rather to be a value.